Welcome to Caribbean Global Network News and Sports. I'm Scott Wilson. In today's headlines, 22-year sentence for killer who tried to flee Jamaica. And in sports, Tallawahs not leaving Jamaica. Richard Esser of a Brooklyn, New York address has been sentenced to 22 years to life in prison for second-degree murder and 2 counts of weapons possession. A report in the New York Daily News says that Esser was caught on video executing a mechanic over a $1,500 US debt. He then purchased a plane ticket for a flight to Jamaica. Brooklyn Supreme Court Judge Deneen Riviezo, who presided over Thursday's trial, described it as a terrible tragedy that the victim lost his life for a few $1,000s. The incident stemmed from Esser's BMW motorcar being damaged by an electrical fire, with the mechanic Dexton Simpson promising to pay him with $1,500 US as compensation. When Simpson could not come up with all of the money, Esser killed him. Acting on a tip, cops intercepted Esser's flight to Jamaica, arresting him as he tried to board a plane the next day with $1,600 US in cash. U.S. to suspend scheduled flights to Cuba. Except for Havana Airport, the United States will suspend all scheduled flights to Cuba. The move comes as U.S. President Donald Trump pushes to dismantle the rapprochement begun by former President Barack Obama. The suspension, which will go into effect December 10, was announced by the Department of Transportation and affects 9 airports in Cuba. And in sports, Tallawahs not leaving Jamaica. The Jamaica Tallawahs had a miserable time in the recently concluded Hero Caribbean Premier League, low home game attendance at Sabina Park, and failing to make the playoffs. However, CEO of the franchise Jeff Miller says, despite all that, the team has no intention of leaving the island. He is, however, exploring the possibility of taking some of the games in Trelawney for the next season. Bahamian Steven Gardiner targets 400-meter world record for 2020. Bahamian Steven Gardiner has set his sights on breaking the 400-meter world record at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Gardiner, who took the 400-meter world champion gold in Doha, says a race with Olympic champion and world record holder Wade van Niekerk and the fastest man in the world over the distance in 2019, Michael Norman, would be amazing. Gardiner won his world title in 43.48 seconds, 0.03 off Norman's 2019 world leading time. That's it for your CGN News and Sports. I'm Scott Wilson. Pleasant viewing.